Good morning and welcome to the Tom Fennell Show. Today we're going to be talking about a little bit in Brazil. We're going to be going to England, then going out to San Francisco, down to Tampa Bay, uh, also out to Dallas, and then to Brooklyn for the NBA draft. First, we're going to start out in Brazil. Just breaking a couple of minutes ago, Luis Suarez was fined $112,000 and he will miss every soccer event for the next 4 months. A lot of people thought that he would get banned from this World Cup and he would never be allowed to play again. That not the case. They went a little bit lighter than I think most people expected, and I think they went a little bit too light. That behavior is just unacceptable. You look at the level of play here, and, with the fine, $112,000 is nothing. It's nothing. That's really the thing that I don't really understand. When the major organizations fine a player, it's almost worth the foul, you know, if you can just pay for it. We see this in the NBA, flopping. They flop. It's a crucial game situation. They get the call. Yeah, they don't get suspended, but then all they get is a fine. Well, would you rather pay for the fine and win the game? Of course, especially if the game only cost $25,000, then it's worth it. But in soccer, flopping just goes to a different level. They want every little thing to be called. Adam Silver definitely was concerned about flopping, but I'm sure if he's been watching the World Cup, he's thankful that NBA players don't flop as much as the soccer players do. But, flopping, okay, that's tolerable. We know we're just going to make fun of it. But biting, that just goes to a different level. That's a level that you can't, you just can't do that. This is childish, and I'm done talking about it. But today at noon, the entire country has been waiting since Sunday night. U.S. and Germany, going to be a huge game. The U.S. needs to play to a draw to move on. And if they do that, then the U.S. and Germany both move on. If the U.S. loses, they go to a goal differential. Portugal and Ghana are actually playing at the same time. They're playing at noon. So we'll see. We'll see if the U.S. can advance. I expect the U.S. to come out and punch Germany in the mouth. I think try to move and try to make an attack, try to make runs up the field, and just try to get inside their area, inside their 18, and just start firing away. I think that the back line has to be together. They have to be on the same page, because Germany, I think, is going to do the same thing. I think both teams right now are thinking, the other one is going to come out more relaxed, and so now's our time to go. I think this is going to be a more exciting game than what people, have said it's going to be. I think there's that competitive nature in everybody to go out there and win. So if Germany comes out thinking that we're going to, lie back and, play for a draw, and we think they're going to do that, then, we're in for a very exciting game. Frankly, I would like to see the U.S. win, but if it comes to a draw, I'd be okay with that. But I certainly don't want to see U.S. lose. That would be very, very tough to take. So moving on now to England. Andy Murray, Novak Djokovic, both advance into the next round. Wimbledon, very tough tournament there. We'll see going into the weekend how well that they can keep up. I like the way both Murray and Djokovic are playing. After the French Open, that I really think that they've come out here, and Murray definitely looked a lot better. Just playing, keeping it in. I think he's a potential contender for for the trophy and the championship there in Wimbledon. He's came close. He's won it, and I guess we'll see if he can do it again. Yesterday, speaking of masterful performances, Tim Lincecum throws his second no-hitter against the Padres. For a while, I thought that era was over. He's still a good pitcher. He could still throw strikes, but I really thought that his big time was about 2010, 2011, and that was about it. But he has come out here and he has played extremely well. I was really surprised with his positioning of the ball, and how he was able to get it over the plate. He had a very nice game. Going into the future, this Giants team looks extremely good. They went through kind of a slump. It looks like they're kind of digging themselves out. I think they could be serious playoff contenders and maybe go for the World Series. We'll see about that. Other news in baseball, David Price may have played his last game in Tampa Bay. Of course, a lot of trade rumors with St. Louis possibly making an offer. He's worth a lot. His pitching has definitely gotten better over the last couple of years. This year, he looks extremely good. So he's definitely worth a lot. Another extremely good pitcher, Jeff Samardzija. Coming out of Chicago, there's going to be a lot of options for him. I wouldn't count the Yankees out of getting one of these players. You look at their pitching staff, really Tanaka's the only guy that's going to do a whole lot for you. He's the only game changer. So if they can pick up one of these guys, I think that would help the Yankees out a lot. Other teams, the Cardinals, I think they're definitely in the running for David Price. Really, I think those are about the only two teams that I could see David Price going to. He's worth a lot. Jeff Samardzija can definitely pitch. Just coming out a couple years ago, being a starting pitcher, used to be a relieving pitcher. Came out in his first start, he looked extremely good, and he's just gotten better from there. So he's definitely going to be worth a lot as well. Very good pitcher. He's got a lot of good stuff. So other news yesterday, the Dallas Mavericks making some moves. They traded the young Shane Larkin to the New York Knicks for Tyson Chandler and Raymond Felton. They also traded away 3 other players and 2 draft picks for the veteran players. I'm not so sure about this deal for the Mavericks. Now, this was a great deal for the Knicks. They get Shane Larkin. They already have Tim Hardaway Jr. And they get 2 more draft picks to bring in younger guys. So now, like you said, you're not gonna have Carmelo, so you have all the time in the world to try to rebuild. And the best way to do that is get young rookies, get them. You can build them up, make them think the way you want them to think, make them play the way you want them to play. You can bring them up through your system, and 3 or 4 years have a really competitive team. Uh, I think that was extremely good trade. Now, for the Mavericks, I don't really see what that trade was for. I mean, Tyson Chandler and Raymond Felton. Raymond getting in a lot of trouble. He's pretty much at the end of his career. And Tyson Chandler, they traded him away. Now they got him back. He's still worth a lot. I like Tyson Chandler. I've said it before. I love the way that he plays when he runs the floor. He's a huge factor in the game. So I like Tyson Chandler, but trading away Shane Larkin, I think that's a little bit much. I think Shane had a lot of promise, but we'll see what he can do in New York. Other news, the Rockets, this is huge news. They were able to trade away Omar Ashik to the Pelicans. I love this deal. So now they've opened up, they've got rid of $15 million with Omar. This is huge. Now this opens them up to offer a little bit more money to guys like Carmelo and LeBron. Big, big, big deal for the Rockets. I love that trade. And I like the Rockets going into the offseason, I gotta say. So, other news from the NBA. The draft is tonight on ESPN, 7 o'clock. We'll see the Cavs, see what they do. Yesterday it talked about either Wiggins, Parker, or they're going to trade away the pick. We'll see what happens tonight at 7 o'clock. Hope you're watching. I thank you for listening today. Have a wonderful day and enjoy Germany and the USA.